Today would be the 130th birthday of an English actor who became a doyen of horror movies. Most specifically, the horror movies which were released by Universal Studios in the 1940s and 50s, and in fact in the 1930s. In fact, his first big deal role was as Frankenstein's monster in the 1931 adaptation by Universal. He also performed magnificently as the Mummy, and his general appearance lent him towards roles as mad scientists or sinister people of a European kind of extraction, and he was one of those actors that had just great presence, and he was fairly determined to take up a career in acting. He was one of 9 children born in London, but he took himself off to Canada and did a variety of fairly menial jobs, travelling from the East Coast, and he ended up in Vancouver, where after digging mines and laying railway tracks and various other jobs, he managed to get himself a placement in a theatre company. And from then on, he just did. He continued to do the menial jobs, but he also continued with his acting, and until, as I say, he was. He got into Universal Studios and became one of their most gifted sinister characters. So this drawing is all done in Clip Studio Paint. It's a fantastic drawing program, very, very responsive, great brushes. The idea here is you do the line drawing, you respond to each line as it goes down, and you don't agonize over much about the construction. The construction is stored in your consciousness, but really what you're concentrating on at the moment is putting a line down and then thinking about how that line will govern other lines that you put down, so that you are really enjoying the whole process of making lines. And in a way, the finished drawing is as much a surprise to the creator as it is to the audience that will be watching this on YouTube. This is all being shown in real time, so this is exactly the same amount of time that it took to do the drawing. And sometimes these things go very well. Sometimes you just have to give up and say, oh no, that's just dreadful. But that's part of the fun of drawing. You don't know where it's going, and you've just got to be prepared to take risks and see how you're going to progress. I'm now dropping in some grey tone, which is going to give the drawing an overall feeling of solidity, and you'll be able to appreciate the sculpted form. And also it's picking up on the slightly sinister aspect of Boris, who, as I say, would have been 130 today. It would be his birthday today, but we're just dropping in the tone, and we're just at that stage where we're looking at it. Is it working? Do we need to put in some more black lines here and there? The whole art of this process is not to overwork it, not to stick too many lines down. You want a really nice dynamic contrast between really quite heavy lines and then sort of quite fine lines. It's just something that the eye takes a delight in. You don't want an overall just one weight of line. You want to sort of feel a variety. It's like a piece of music, really. You get different passages, and this is what you're trying to do with this drawing, so that you can feel the line as you look at it, and also, most importantly, get a feeling of Boris and a little hint of an aspect of him. I mean, this isn't 100% sort of drawing from a photograph. I mean, I have looked at photographs of Boris, but you know, you stop looking at the photograph and you just put your impression of who you feel he is. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I have bringing it to you, and we'll speak again soon.